It's lunchtime at the restaurant owned by the Repas family in Thessaloniki. Once again, most of the tables are empty. Their regulars who work nearby can't afford to go out for lunch. The ongoing economic crisis has seen to that. For the restaurant owners, that's bad news. Unpaid invoices are piling up.
When the second bill comes, we pay the first one. That's the only way we survive.
Turnover is down by 2/3. Now they're just trying to keep the doors open to have at least some money coming in. The family also has a mortgage, but that's last on their list.
First, I try to pay the bills for the restaurant and the staff, and then the apartment.
Their apartment is at the edge of the city. They bought it for €300,000, back when business was booming. The bank didn't demand a down payment or additional securities. Today, Marcos Repas is angry with his bank. Back then, they urged him to buy.
The banks had all my information about the restaurant, because that was my bank where I did all my financial business. They made us an offer to take out a mortgage so we could buy an apartment.
Today, the family can no longer pay their mortgage. That's true for hundreds of thousands of other service providers. The beach promenade in Thessaloniki is nothing more than a window dressing. A few hundred metres away, about half the shops have been shuttered. More than 200,000 business owners have been forced to close up shop in recent years. Countless Greeks can no longer pay their loans. Many local banks are about to go under as a result. It's an explosive situation.
A blow in the banking sector is something that both firms and individuals are takes a lot of time to forget. It's really difficult to forget.
The risk that banks may go under is widespread, also in rural areas. In Veria, an hour's drive west of Thessaloniki, Haros Sesmilis sells farming machinery. He's also struggling to keep his head above water. The income of local farmers is in free fall, so they're buying only the absolute necessities. Sesmilis' income is down by half.
No one knows what's going to happen to the economy, so investment everywhere is at a standstill.
Here in rural Greece, the government is one of the main sources of delayed payments. Halos Sesmilis' daughter Maria is working to try to obtain funds from Athens for local farmers, with little success.
Since January, they have stopped paying everything. Like we had co-funded programs from the European Union. They haven't paid since January.
Even though the subsidies were approved long ago, Athens is no longer paying them out to farmers. There's no money. And here in rural Greece, more and more people are no longer able to make loan payments.
The state and the banks are basically the pillars of the way the economy was working so far. If you have a problem in both of them, which we currently have, then this situation would become unsustainable.
Back in Thessaloniki, in the Repas family restaurant, now it's dinner time, and many tables are empty again. That means the money isn't coming in to pay their mortgage. But they can't sell the apartment. It's only worth half as much as what they paid for it. If the bank takes the property, they'll still be on the hook for an enormous loan. That's become the norm for Greek banks right now. When lenders default on their loans entirely, they're not the only ones who go bankrupt. The banks also risk going under.